Previously on Eldest Born.
I'm here with co-hosts of a podcast that I'm a big fan of called the Popcornie Podcast.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the new trailer for the Flash movie? There's a lot to unpack in that trailer.
She was crazy.
I hate her. I also hate the fact that they named her Love. It was just too on the nose.
Well, think about it. Love can drive me crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, that just came now. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. It's the spiked iced tea.
Wait, why are all my characters like demons? Like look.
That's like the new thing, apparently, even in comic books.
Luffy with 1,000 suns right here.
I've been trying to find that for a long time. I can't find it.
If I had to really take a guess in my head how many pairs of sneakers I have, it's definitely over 100 something.
And all of a sudden he acted like he was like, oh my god, and he slammed it on the floor. He's like, oh.
All right, so here's the real question. Who would win? Would a Super Saiyan 4 win? Or would a Ultra Instinct / Ultra Ego Super Saiyan win?
So yeah, I always knew I kind of wanted to. And I was like, all right, I have no reason, no excuses not to. And I did. And I actually really love it.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Because Harrison Ford doesn't want to do a lot of things anymore. Like Sylvester Stallone and Creed. He didn't do Creed 3 because they sold it to somebody else. He wanted to give the Rocky franchise and stuff to his children. And the director that directed Creed 3, he wanted nothing to do with.
Yeah.
He said if Michael B. would direct Rocky 4, Sylvester Stallone would jump on that, as long as the other director wouldn't be in it. So that's like another franchise that might kind of get destroyed down the end.
So is Creed and Rocky technically separate franchises?
It was almost together until Creed 3 came out.
Right.
Because the whole separation thing. So there might not even be another Creed after this.
I heard, so far, I haven't seen the movie myself yet because it just came out this weekend. But I have heard that it was really good. But with the controversy between Rocky and that director, that he wasn't in the movie, and people were like, "What?" Yeah. Because I wouldn't say they're two different franchises. It's the same. I think it's the same series, the same franchise together. It's just Creed is about Apollo's son, and Rocky's like the the mentor.
Yeah.
But him not being in this one is kind of like
it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But it probably could be really good. And then what's his name is in that plays Kang, who's jacked out of his mind in that.
Jonathan Majors.
Dude, he's jacked. He did 3 movies actually that came out this year.
He was in Devotion.
Yes. The fighter jet movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that looks amazing. I didn't get to see it yet. I really want to see it. But you think, that was 3 major movies in one part. And then he signed for like another 3-4 major Marvel movies.
Well, he has to. He's the villain.
Yeah. And we're going to get a different Kang every single one almost.
Well, he debuted as Kang in the Loki show.
Which was brilliant.
Which is good.
That was awesome. That was a very underrated performance that he still should get more credit for in that scene. Because he was serious, but he was like kind of Joker nuts too. Like at the same time, it was like a cool, mellow blend, but scary at the same time.
Which is kind of funny because he was actually the good incarnation of Kang, and
I think he was the original, right? Was he the original version of Kang?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I would have to rewatch it to pick up on that.
Okay.
But he said that if you kill me,
there's worse.
There's going to be worse coming.
Yeah.
I'm the one holding everyone else at bay.
And they even had Loki scared. He ran back, tried to warn everybody. Right. Everybody was looking at him like he's crazy. And then he put it all together when he looked at the statues. Mm-hmm. It all looked like him. Nobody knew that until we saw the one Loki at the end of the show.
Sure.
The show was clever.
I heard one of the most menacing Kangs is going to be because in the Fantastic Four is because I know in one of the comics that when they introduced Kang, he was the Egyptian Kang or whatever, and he faced off against the Fantastic Four. And I have a feeling when Fantastic Four movie comes out, because they obviously confirmed that last year, and I feel like that is what they're going to focus on.
So when does that come out? Before Secret Wars? And before Kang Dynasty?
That would have to come out. That would have to come before Kang Dynasty.
Okay.
If you wanted to do it that route. In my opinion. Who knows how they want to kind of flip it around and stuff like that, but I think that would be a logical way to do it.
I mean, we could look it up. I'll pull up one of the release schedules.
Because Kang and Ant-Man was pretty good.
Yeah, he was a good one, even though not many people liked Ant-Man. It was still pretty good.
It's a great movie, you know.
I mean, like, I told Mike this yesterday. He asked me how much I liked it. I said it was not bad. It was pretty good, but I felt like it was more of it was like based off a Star Wars movie. I felt like I was watching another one. But
It did have that vibe. It did. But I think it was still well put together, to be quite honest with you. And it would be cool to see the Egyptian version of him kind of kicking ass in the Fantastic Four one, you know?
I personally liked it a lot. I thought it was... I don't think there was much wrong with it. I thought some of the jokes didn't land. And MODOK looked kind of stupid. The CGI.
Yeah, they could have did better with MODOK because he's a great Hulk villain. You know, one of the classic Hulk villains and a Captain America villain, technically, as well. Which Captain America Winter Soldier, I think, is one of my favorite Marvel movies ever done.
Top five Marvel movie of all time.
Absolutely. And then Age of Ultron, that a lot of people sleep on for some reason.
No. What?
Age of Ultron, I love that movie.
I don't know about that one.
No,
I love Age of Ultron.
I can't back that.
You got to rewatch it again, but I love that one. It was good.
Listen, I appreciate movies like that, and I like that one a lot, but I don't know if that's top 5 right there.
For me, it is. But remember, too, I do like Morbius, and nobody liked Morbius.
Yeah, this guy, I mean, listen, Morbius...
I get Tommy mad because I said Morbius is top 5. And he freaks out every time. I know it's not top 5.
No, Morbius is trash.
But I like to get the gears going with the people. You know, Morbius, it definitely gets the rise out of people.
Morbius wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to be, but...
The battle scene could have been better at the end. Like, it just, out of nowhere, he was the villain, he had the powers, and then Morbius controlled the bats, and he won at the end.
These are some really hot takes you guys are coming out with.
A little bit. Just
we get outrageous.
Like,
you know?
Age of Ultron, I'm not going to say it was a bad movie.
But it will come to play with everything.
It wasn't a good Marvel movie.
But it ties in so much. Even the announcement of Moon Knight on the rooftop was made on that, before we even knew Moon Knight was getting a show. And if you listen to a lot of Age of Ultron comments towards the end, still comes to play in, I believe, in Loki and a couple other shows. So when you look back at if you rewatch that and then look what happened going forward, and Ultron's going to come back.
Yeah, it was also like...
you actually, in, Secret Wars? Like, or Battleground, or whatever I think they're going to do. He might be the one guy that's going to be the main villain in the race.
There's Iron Wars.
Yeah.
And then there's
he's going to be
Wars.
I think he's going to be in that as well.
That's a show, I think, Iron Wars.
Iron Wars is actually going to be a movie.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, they changed it with that, yeah. And they finally upgraded... what's his name suit, War Machine suit.
To what?
To something similar in the comics. And I wish I brought the cover of it because it looks really badass.
I thought some of his incarnations were good.
Wasn't bad. I just wish they kept the silver suit in the Iron Man 2. They were on the right steer with that. I think they were doing pretty good. And then they just kind of... They went the American flag route, which was really Norman Osborn.
That was Iron Man 3.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, the changes in the suit.
Yeah,
Iron Patriot, that's what it was, yeah.
So, like, they did... Iron Man 2 had him in the gray suit.
In the Japanese field, little background when they're fighting all the soldiers. That was cool.
Then they did Iron Patriot, and then they brought him back in the gray suit for Civil War.
Yes.
And then they put him back in the red and blue suit. Red and blue suit for Endgame. Did you notice that?
Yeah, and it was an upgrade version, which I didn't like. It was bulky. It almost reminded me of like Iron Man 1 when he made the suit in the cave. They just kind of painted it red, white, and blue, pretty much.
A little bit. I kind of like the mask. How
the
it had
mask
like a
wise you
different
liked,
feature.
yeah. What I hope we get in Iron Wars is like a Punisher style. You ever see Punisher as War Machine in the comic books? Awesome idea.
But this is the thing. Like, the good thing about the Marvel franchise, what made Infinity War so successful, is that they took the time to make 20 movies that really fleshed out the characters.
They did.
With the multiverse, they're just throwing anything and everything at the screen.
Yeah.
And giving zero backstory.
Well, that's where almost it's like the comics, because when they started doing the multiverse, especially DC back in the day, that's why I hated DC after a while, because they just, this was this version, this was this is another and you lost it, and then they revamped it. I feel like that's what Marvel's kind of redoing in the movie-wise.
So you think they're going to have to do
like a Flashpoint, almost.
A Flashpoint?
Yeah, because they're saying now, because you don't know what's real, what's fake on the internet, depending on what you're reading. Kang wants to take out Doctor Strange because she's the one who screwed up everything with the multiverse from the beginning.
Sure.
So now they're gonna be both the main, like Iron Man and Thanos. That's how them two are gonna be. Like they know of each other, and he's coming to kill him. And apparently, Kang is going to kill off a lot of characters.
All right,
Although
I can see that.
Kang
Right?
Dynasty, the lead in the Kang Dynasty movie is going to be Tom Holland's Spider-Man. They said they just announced it.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did actually the other day.
So then what is Toby doing in Secret Wars? Then he's just going to be like a
Secret Wars is after Kang Dynasty.
after Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, I actually heard a video yesterday, and it was about like, I think it might have been you who sent it to me or something. It was about.
I send you so much.
Yeah, you do send me a lot.
Not as much as I
Felt
said,
that, right?
I don't know.
him
You
a
both
lot.
send me a lot, and it's just like.
But he does the same thing on TikTok. My alerts are going off on
Yeah.
my email with TikTok. He sends me a lot.
Yeah,
of
I
All
send
my
these
friends
two-
are like,
yeah.
they just have feeds of just stuff I send them. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a whole separate. There's your explore page, and then there's your main feed, and then there's Mike's DMs.
Yeah, but I went across a video that was like saying, who do you think is Marvel's main character now in this multiverse saga? And since because a lot of issue is what people having is with this multiverse thing is like they never, even if you're not like a comic book reader, like they still never dug deep into like the older movies and especially the Disney Plus shows, because everyone bypasses that thinking they're gonna no
You
matter
can't.
what.
Yeah, you got to
'Cause,
watch
like,
those.
Because, like, I remember seeing, when I was seeing Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I went with a few friends, and they said the movie sucked because they had no idea what was going on, and it just looked stupid. And I was like, yo, this movie was amazing, because, like, you didn't I was like, I said the issue is you never watched the
You
other
cut
movies.
into What If.
And,
Steve,
yeah,
and
the
everything.
What If series, you never watch any of the regular Disney Plus show that connects to the movies. But besides that, like, I understand that people are kind of, like, confused if they don't do that or if they don't read comics, but, like, there's one person who was debating, like, who would be really the main character, and they said, for right now, Ant-Man. They said Ant-Man would be the main Marvel character, like, hero in the series, in Marvel.
I wouldn't mind that change up a little bit.
I don't know about that.
Because
though.
the thing, it made sense what
Because
you
the
were saying,
Quantumverse is where Kang kind of was his domain for a while. And then they could tie that in why his mother was trapped in there, was afraid of a couple people that were in there. I think it was in the second movie. I think it was.
Well, second movie of what? Of
Ant-Man
That's
2?
the third movie that just came out.
Yeah, but
Or-
wasn't she trapped? The mother was trapped in there in the second one? And he
Right.
had that,
Yeah,
and he had that
yeah.
dream, and they're like, "How the hell did you know about the the teddy bear and the closet or whatever?"
See, the video made sense to me in a way because, like, he explained all the other, like, Avengers and other characters. Because basically he was like, first off, Sam Wilson's new Captain America, and after we got the series, we never seen him again. And then Spider-Man, obviously everybody's forgotten about him, so he's on his own path by himself. Who else? The Hulk, obviously with the whole rights thing, they don't make a movie yet or
They
anything.
started off so good.
No,
so
but
I'm a
also
Hulk fan,
She-Hulk.
you know?
Yeah, She-Hulk too.
Was such a trashy series.
They had good, but see, it's weird on that one, right? So it could have been a hell of a lot better. Absolutely, they should have had
that
more fight
ending
scenes.
was terrible.
That was so bad because I got excited that they built something up really good. Because I'm a World War Hulk fan. Hulk is my favorite. I even got him tattooed coming out of my arm, right here. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
it's just been my character from like day one, and they even dropped the ball on the Hulk. Like he was awesome. I like the Norton version. To be honest with
Yes.
you,
Okay.
Yes.
Incredible Hulk is the best incarnation of the Hulk on screen
yes,
or off.
hands down, hands down. Now the one before that was before his time because now if you look how WandaVision was made, that you would have. I think that movie would did a little bit better this time because the people don't realize that movie was kind of off of a comic book that remade now called the Immortal Hulk series, and that one is pretty much Bruce Banner getting abused as a child. His dad is really the villain out of everything. And that's what they did. As that Bruce Banner actually and the Hulk have the saddest story in Marvel
So
history.
you're talking about the movie Hulk.
Yeah, the first
with,
one. With I forgot what's his name. When the Hulk got bigger,
Yeah.
the madder you get. If you think about
Yeah.
power wise, they did really good with that. It just the fight scenes were way too dark, and nobody really knew that story of the Hulk. Like everybody knew Lou Ferrigno, the comic books at that time. So they took a story that nobody knew, and it
Wasn't
bombed.
it Eric Bana?
Yeah,
That was the actor?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then when the Norton came out, that was just phenomenal.
Oh,
and I even liked the size of the Hulk. He was scrappy looking. You know what I mean? He
was
looked like
shredded.
And that's what I mean.
Oh.
And then when he took the two cars and made him as freaking boxing gloves in the middle of Harlem. I thought that was freaking phenomenal, dude.
Tell me, when in that movie, the Abomination
looked like an abomination.
Amazing. And then when you watch She-Hulk and it was the same Abomination and same actor.
Yeah.
Dude, the disappointment that went through me was like.
Well, that Abomination is from the comics.
I know,
but they could have just kept the other one because it blew the comic book one away.
Yes.
To be honest.
In my mind, I could see the one from the Incredible Hulk movie just having those ear things.
That's it. That's all they had to.
That's all they had to do. They didn't
because
have
the
to make him
bones
so,
coming
like,
out,
passive.
the exoskeleton that was like on the outside, like that was genius, and he was bigger, you know, and they still had him shredded as well, and the voice was even better. He sounded bad. You know what I'm saying? It was really cool.
Like honestly, like with shows and movies, sometimes like I don't mind when you change the adaptation a little bit.
Even the Maze Runner, if you're into books, I love the Maze Runner. I watched the movie, and then I realized it was a book, so I'm pretty much done with book 1 right now. There almost dropped hints of that, and that book was written in 2009.
Before you go on, though, I saw you post a picture of those books online.
Yeah.
You're missing the 4th one.
I got that one now.
Okay.
Yeah, I went back.
It wasn't in
the
the
guy. Shout out to my boy Alex. We're having a book club, me and him, and we have a competition. So he literally went to the same Barnes and Nobles I did and bought every single one. So I had to scatter and pick. I hate you for that because he bought the case. So think about it. He bought it for $40 for the whole set. I had to pay $12.99 for each one. I was like, so I had to spend a little bit more.
I have all 4, but the last book is like a prequel to
to it, yeah. And then Deviants is another one that's kind of similar to that. Apparently, I bought book 1.
You mean like Divergent?
Divergent, yeah. See, I butcher things a lot. But that I didn't know was a movie, but I'm not going to watch that first. I'm actually going to read the book. I didn't know Maze Runner was a book at first.
Right.
I watched the movie. The movie was great.
Dude,
But reading the book now, it is totally different. How, like, even in the beginning of it is totally different. But I get it. Because I feel like certain things in the book wouldn't be as believable in the movie.
The years of me reading books before the movie comes out are over. I just don't have the attention span anymore.
It's tough. It's
crazy.
But the one thing that I would tell people not to watch, if you're a Wheel of Times fan with Robert Jordan, the show is god-awful. It's nothing like the book.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, if you like fantasy, you like Lord of the Rings, this guy literally branched off and got the ideas for the writer of Lord of the Rings and made his own world very similar but more opened. And it's a 14-book series. I know it sounds a lot. I'm on book 7, and it's phenomenal. Some of it's a little dragged out. There is a lot of characters. But the TV show it's nothing like it. And its agenda to the T, like, it makes no sense.
Gotcha.
The story itself already has women that are more powerful than men in it. So there wasn't no reason to overdo it in the TV show, and it just made no sense. And that came from a time period where, if you think about it, from the 60s, 70s, even in the 90s, the women didn't get that major role. They already had it in that, so what was the whole point? You're not destroying it, but making it more dominant than it really had to be. It's a shame. So don't watch that. Read the books.
Oh, man. So what is everybody, like, working through right now? Whether it's a book series, a TV show, movie series?
I'm watching 7 Deadly Sins right now, the anime series on Netflix.
Okay.
Awesome.
Which is really, really good.
Awesome.
I'm very impressed by it. He actually told me to watch it. I wasn't sure how that series was going to go. A certain anime, like, the voices could annoy you to death, where I'm like, I can't sit here and listen to this for, like, 5 episodes anymore.
So Japanese voice acting does that for me, dude. I can't. Not only is the fact that I don't understand what they're saying because it's in Japanese, but just everybody is so high pitched and half of them sound the same.
Yeah, they make Chris Tucker sound quiet.
It's terrible. I hate it.
It's tough. It really, really is. What helped me get through that, because I was big into, like, the kung fu movies from back in the day. So I was used to, like, the subtitles would get me through it in the action, but the voices were better, like you said. When you watch the anime, a lot of things are really high pitched and irritating. You know, so it could be a great story, but the voices killed you. That's why I like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, well, Attack on Titan has one of the best English casts. Japanese cast, too, is actually really good. But English cast because Bryce Papenbrook, he plays as Aaron and he plays as Meliodas in Seven Deadly Sins. Right now, he's probably one of the best voice actors besides Christopher Sabat and like the originals like that, because every role he does, he hits. Because he even said actually in interviews about playing Aaron in Attack on Titan that do you remember the parts when Aaron would bite his hand?
Yeah.
He said while he was filming that part, he would actually bite his hand and his hand would bleed because he wanted to perfect the sound and the emotion.
Man. He did that quite a lot too.
Like it wasn't
anything.
Yeah. And then, he could have been anything, but he wanted to like.
He could have just downloaded the sound if he really wanted to.
He just. No, he's making the sound.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. No, that is.
He's the voice actor. You can't tell him.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's so bad.
He just wants to like perfect it, and I'll be honest, Aaron is right because actually recently, 2 days ago, Japan hosted the Anime Awards, and Eren Yeager actually was the anime character of the year, which was pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
And I think they gave credits to both actors.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But for me, the shows I'm watching right now and stuff, I don't usually like to watch a few, like 1 or 2 shows at the same time, or a series or something, because I'll remember it, but it's just not like I can't put my whole focus into each thing.
Yeah, you like binge watching one thing.
I like binge watching it all one shot.
I'm all over the place, unfortunately.
The thing is with anime, like I'm caught up with mostly like the big stuff that comes out. So like every Friday, Tokyo Revengers an episode comes out. Every Saturday, My Hero comes out. Every Sunday, One Piece comes out. Like I'll watch, like that's when I watch those when they come out. But then I'm watching Star Wars, and I'm almost done.
Which
but then
is homework in itself, right there.
Because it's long too. And my friend wanted to watch Sword Art Online with me, and we're like halfway through it, and I'm like, yo, like. And he won't let me watch it like by myself, and like we don't really. It's like annoying because like. I'm like,
you're just waiting. You could have finished it already right now.
I could have, and like we're doing that, and then I have watched Hunter x Hunter before.
I gotta watch that.
But I watched it all the way through. But the thing was, honestly, my friend always says it. He goes, "You watch it with your eyes closed or something." And this is the first time I'll ever agree with him and be like, "I think I did," because.
Oh really?
Like,
is that gruesome or?
No, it's just because I just was not focused the first time I was watching it, and I didn't realize how good it was because I'm rewatching it for the second time, bro. In one day, I finished 2 seasons because I was hooked. It's honestly because I have a list, like an anime list of all my favorites in order.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter was at number 28. Now it is number 6 spot, and I feel like I'm embarrassed like to say that, but like I right now rewatching it, it's just the show is just incredible, and then. Yeah, so besides that, like, I got Star Wars, Sword Art Online, and that. So it's kind of a lot, and I don't
How was
like
the Heroes show?
My Hero's really good. I
didn't start that yet.
The hate, for some reason, I feel is a lot because of the fans, but...
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Hot take on that. Like, My Hero, the last season sucked. And
it did?
And to be honest with you, like, this season is starting to pick up and get better again.
Oh, it's way better.
But the last season was really bad, and like, it was tough to watch.
I feel like every show has that season that kind of,
Yeah, well,
goes down.
I wouldn't like. I guess that's just more of a personal opinion and stuff. But like, I guess we all have, this whole personal opinions.
I can't even say anything. I didn't even start it yet, but I want to.
That last season, season 5, Mike's right. Like. It definitely wasn't better than the other seasons, but it like wasn't bad. Like it wasn't unbearable to watch or anything. But then now season 6 that we're on is actually like really, really good. And like so it makes up for it. And I know they actually said that they want to make My Hero series like One Piece and keep going on forever. I don't know how
if the story can go, it depends of how far they can take it.
The manga ended already.
Are you sure? I don't know.
I thought they were kind of bringing it to a close sooner.
Are they?
Am I mistaken?
I don't know, because I heard that they wanted to stretch it out like One Piece does, because One Piece won the award at the Anime Awards for
One Piece
the best.
Even at Comic-Con blew up.
Oh,
It's crazy.
The best ongoing anime series ever. And then
they're not gonna beat One Piece though, only because it's been around for what 20. Just
it had to be 2000.
It came out in 1999.
Oh, damn.
The show started in what 1996.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, like a few years before.
Yeah.
A lot of the classic manga started in the 90s, in the early 80s.
Well, the big
Dragon
three
Ball
definitely,
Z,
but then it goes. Dragon Ball Z started even further back, like the 70s.
And people forget too, Speed Racer was one of the big mangas from back in the day.
So if we were to like theorize what the big three would be considered back then, it would probably be Speed Racer, Astro Boy.
Yes.
And not many people remember this, but there was a show called Gigantor.
I know exactly what you're talking
Black
about.
and white anime.
Dude, I don't think anybody even knows about that, to be quite honest.
I got the box set at home.
That's pretty cool.
My dad and my uncle were big into it growing up. So like, we got the box set like when I was a kid, and we used to rewatch all the episodes.
That's cool.
So cool.
Speaking of box set, you showed me that Batman set that you have, the classic. Mm-hmm. Even with every episode, the box has the POW on there. He's never seen the shark scene in that TV show. With the bat repellent that he had in the helicopter. Oh, we have to pull that up. Absolutely. And it's so cool that you can do that, actually. This is classic, man. This is history right here. That Batman had everything in his belt. Everything.
I have the Michael Keaton series, and then I have the Christian Bale series, and I also played all the Arkham Knight games, or like Arkham City
Those
games.
were really good.
Those were amazing.
Those are outstanding.
But besides that, besides being in DC and everything, I don't know. It's just...
Look at how outrageous that is.
All right, you ready for this, Ty?
Yeah.
This is great.
All right. Let me boost the
Batman
volume.
pulled out skateboards, shields, like rollerblades, everything out of his belt.
So it's so funny because in this show, everything is called like the Bat something.
Yes.
You just put Bat in front of whatever it was. So this is the Bat shark repellent.
Bat shark.
And this is from the pilot movie. So the 1966 series was an entire TV series, but they had a 2-hour pilot movie that was just called, I guess, just Batman.
That's all it was. It was just Batman. And they did appearances with everything. And you got to remember, too, he's not wearing armor, right? He's just wearing spandex and normal leather boots. So somehow Batman didn't even lose his leg.
Take her up!
All right, here we go. Ready?
Take her up!
It's literally like a stuffed animal
Oh,
shark.
dude.
Yeah.
That's
Holy
great.
sardine!
Holy sardine.
They're in the back cockpit.
Look at animal rights right now be losing their mind.
You could definitely tell someone.
Oh, no, ready? Here it comes.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray!
The shark repellent
Bat spray. And look, he has 4 bottles ready.
Wait, let's just see what these are. It says shark repellent, manta ray, whale, and barracuda.
Batman thinks of everything.
under oceanic repellents. Oh my gosh, that's
He's always
that's
prepared.
so funny.
This is outrageous. And Robin's just reaching for like, oh yeah, that.
Well, now, okay, I have to say something. Dick Grayson in the comic books is a orphaned acrobat.
Yeah.
So watch what happens when Burt Ward's character comes down the ladder. Burt Ward is the actor who plays Batman in this one.
This is ridiculous. Bro, there's no blood.
Yeah, who's
You know what I
flying
mean?
it? Who's flying that?
Nobody's flying it now. It's on cruise control or something.
Watch. So he does this like upside down acrobatic little thing, like a trapeze.
Yeah.
But she honestly could have got closer.
Absolutely. But it goes with everything. And that works. Look at that. And his eyes, his mouth. And look, no blood. Stockings in one piece, and boom! And then it explodes somehow.
The shark just explodes.
So when they said Batman never killed anybody, he damn near blew up a shark with shark repellent.
Oh my gosh.
That's ridiculous. You know what's crazy though? At that time, that was getting people on the edge of their seats.
Listen, that Batman could beat Superman. You know,
First of all, yo.
he had a
hot
spray.
take.
He
That's
had
a hot-
everything. You
I don't
kidding me?
know.
His back cave had everything. His car was cool.
I really
Yeah.
liked what's his face as Superman.
Henry Cavill.
No.
Oh no, the original.
Back then.
Oh my goodness, why were you forgetting his name right now? He got hurt. He went into a wheelchair. Why are we forgetting his name right now?
I'm gonna look it up. I
That's
just
really
can't.
bad.
I've been
Tommy
drawing a
would
blank
be
all.
Really, Christopher Reeves.
Thank you,
Christopher Reeves.
Yes.
He was awesome. And then the one before that, the appearance was on I Love Lucy, was the black and gray TV show of Superman. That was another classic as well. A lot of people don't even realize that, actually.
Yeah.
I think that was the episode after the classic when she was eating all the chocolates. Whenever, you know, that was
On the
another-
conveyor belt. That
Yeah,
one?
yeah. That was
That's
a classic,
classic.
right there. Yeah. And that Gene Hackman played Lex Luthor in that, right? In the original Superman series in the movies. Was it Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman, possibly.
I think so.
Who played Lex Luthor in the Superman Returns movie?
I don't know his name. Nobody liked him for some reason.
Right.
I actually thought he was kind of cool. I did. He was a little skitsy. He was very sarcastic, you know, and he I don't know. I liked the way the guy portrayed him, you know, so far.
Speaking of multiverse and things of that nature, did you guys had mentioned that you watched like the Flash show? We were talking about it off camera, and did you happen to see the Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yes.
Series that they did?
Yes.
With the intersection between the Arrow, Batgirl,
And
Flash.
Was it that one was when it was like a different universe came in where they had to fight out the bad Supergirl and the bad Arrow? Was that the one?
No, that was the previous crossover.
That was the previous. Okay.
The year after that, they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is where all the different timelines and different versions of Earth collided into one.
And they had the 3 Supermen.
They had the 3 Supermen.
Yes.
This is the point I'm getting to. They had the actor who played Superman Returns. I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name, but he played as another character in something Legends.
Adam.
Yes, he played Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he played a Superman in that. And then you had the current Superman.
That was from the Lois and the Superman and Lois is
Yeah.
the show, which is very, very good, by the way.
Is it?
I actually really enjoy it.
Okay.
It's like almost like a reboot of Lois and Clark from like the 90s, which I was I loved the person who played Lois. I forgot what's her name, but I thought she was gorgeous.
Yeah. and then you have what's the face from Smallville?
Yes.
He made a cameo.
And he turns out to be one of the stories in Superman comic books, an older one from Action Comics, I think, where he kind of gave up his powers for a while. So I thought that was really cool. I never finished Smallville, but I heard it was a really, really good show the way it ended, though. But it's long. It's like really long. I forgot how many seasons that
I think
they
it's
made
like
with that.
8 or 9.
Right? They
Maybe
did that
maybe
a lot
even
too.
10.
Because that Luthor wasn't bad from what I watched.
It's pretty good.
It wasn't too bad. Because the one from Batman vs Superman, the post-credit scene when he shaved his head, you know, everything. I feel like he can pull it off a little bit better now. You know, so we'll see what happens. What they're going to do
That's
with the Flash
Jesse
story.
Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg, right? Yeah.
So when it comes to this Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, they kind of did what I think the Marvel franchise is trying to do now, which is bring back all the classic DC movie and TV franchises into one. So they had Burt Ward, who we just saw on screen as like a young actor. They had him as an old man. He made a cameo in that. They had a bunch of like Birds of Prey actresses from the old series. They had Smallville actors. They had all the current DC Arrowverse shows crossed over. And then, apart from the fact that they brought Superman back from Superman Returns as Kingdom Come Superman.
That was cool. They even had the gray hair on point. You know,
On
that
the
was
sides.
awesome. Yeah, that was really, really good.
They also, at the very end, Grant Gustin, who plays the Flash, interacted with Ezra Miller, who is the DCEU Flash, who we're about to watch in his new movie.
I thought that was cool.
I have a feeling, because of the controversy with Ezra Miller in his personal life, he got arrested and all this other crazy stuff.
A lot of stuff that guy got involved with.
Bro, it was like every other week he did something, bro.
He wish he was really the Flash, so he could restart all that. You know, like it's ridiculous what he was doing.
And he was fleeing from the authorities state to state. It was nuts.
ridiculous.
Long story short, I think this is just a rumor. I'm hesitant to take it with any validity, but Grant Gustin may show up and may even replace Ezra Miller in the movies because people love his Flash.
He did good. I just feel like his suits could have been a little bit better.
But now he's got a big budget.
Yeah.
And
so
Ezra Miller's out.
Yeah. So if they do that, that would be awesome.
And James Gunn took over.
I'm interested in what he's going to do.
Yeah, he killed the Suicide Squad movies.
I'm just scared because I think he wants to do kind of keep the DC, what is it, a DC 52 style, but he also wants to make a modern day Kingdom Come movie. So if they do that, I just don't see how you could do it without Henry Cavill.
No, they
hurt everybody on that one, and they tried blaming The Rock. The Rock was trying to actually get him back as Superman.
He did it,
and then they just said, "No, see you later." And even Wonder Woman, even though Wonder Woman 2 could have been a lot better, she was a very good Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. I'm just happy. What's his face that plays Aquaman is going to be Lobo.
Is that confirmed?
I want to say yes.
He looks like Lobo.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And he has the build, the tattoos for it, the personality. He drinks beer. He likes cigars anyway. And then he'll just dress as his normal clothes. That's what they had him do for Aquaman. That was all his normal clothes. He didn't have to dress up for anything.
Oh, that's true.
That's that the hippie style dressing. That's how he rolls pretty much.
I'm a little hesitant to get excited about any of the movies because they announced what titles they're coming out with. And some of it is like...
Yeah, because, what is it? The Batman, Robin...
Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go.
With Damian Wayne.
But there's a whole nother Batman. So why are we always changing the Batmans? Because the one that... what's his name from Twilight? I thought he did a great job.
Oh, right.
No, that's still happening. But
he won't be in
Reeve's Batman?
Yeah, he won't be in that movie with his son.
No, he won't. It's a totally separate timeline.
Yeah.
So they announced the Batman 2 movie is coming out. I don't know who the villain's going to be. Maybe Mr. Freeze or something. That would be cool.
That would be awesome. I'm the only one that liked Arnold as Mr. Freeze and his corny pickup lines. But I think that would be really cool. Mm-hmm. Or Scarecrow. Because we had a good Scarecrow with Christian Bale. I just feel like we could have maybe went a little bit darker.
You see the problems I have with those movies like that back in the 2007 to 9 eras is
when you were just a little kid.
Yeah. I know. Listen. I remember them and I still watch them to this day. But for example, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's trilogy. Mm-hmm. I relate that as in Christian Bale's trilogy because I feel like they did such great movies, but their only problem was at that time era they were throwing every villain in the movie and one movie.
Spider-Man 3 was atrocious.
Spider-Man 3, besides him having the black symbiote suit,
they picked this guy from the 70s show.
He was literally facing off his best friend. He
what? That's not Venom. It's Eric. Non-athletic. He was got beat up by Donna.
He was so skinny.
And then he's Venom with traps and fangs.
Yeah.
That was not
Eddie Brock is supposed to be
he was a football. He was a jock. And he was jealous. So they had the jealousy part. But I'm Eric Foreman. Are you kidding me right now? That was terrible.
Yeah, because then
he was 10 minutes of the movie anyway.
Continue what you were gonna say.
Even in the Christian Bale series, because they had Scarecrow for the first one, but he also had whatever his name was.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, Ra's al coming after him too, and then it was just on and on.
No, well that kind of makes sense because Liam Neeson's Ra's al Ghul was his mentor, and I think Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul was a great casting. Yeah. But Ra's al Ghul was a sort of mentor and always intended to pass on the mantle of the dragon's head of the League of Shadows to Batman. Yeah. And Batman kept refusing it. And if you know anything about the comic books, and I know we're going to touch on this in the Brave and the Bold movie because it's Damian Wayne Robin, which is his biological son.
So they're going to have to bring him back in there for that,
Talia al Ghul, the villain, one of the villains in the third Christopher Nolan movies, she's the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, and her and Bruce have a son, and that's Damian. And he gets trained as an assassin from a young age. And he's raised to become the new head of the dragon, which is Ra's al Ghul's position in the League of Shadows. Mm-hmm. But then he becomes good and becomes.
They did an animated movies. I think they did with that kind of explained all that, which is actually pretty good. That's where DC I think dwells better than anything else is their animated movies. Yeah, I think they kill it with their animated.
The one you're talking about is called Son of the Batman.
Yes, yeah. That was great. I thought that was awesome.
I watched The Killing Joke, and that was freaking good.
It was really good.
Yeah, that was
Although
very good.
all that Batgirl stuff in the beginning was like added. Like,
Oh, it totally was.
It's
added.
not part of the comic.
It was not part of the comic whatsoever,
Yeah.
and people got really mad about that. And then what's his face drew Catwoman and Batman on the rooftop to piss everybody off even more. Did you see that? So I forgot what the artist did. So everybody had everybody was complaining about the Batgirl part. So then this guy decides to take it upon himself to draw a raunchy comic book cover of Batman going down on Catwoman on the building.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they really, really, really wanted to go there. It's like, guys, that's funny in a way, but also too like that's a kid's comic book too, you know? Like, you know, way to teach them. Going back to that, like way to teach the wrong thing. I mean, it was clever for adult wise, but
well, even when you think about it, like Batgirl is Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
yeah,
And in that scene, Batman's like literally just having full on sex with Batgirl on the rooftop.
and it was Nightwing's girlfriend actually, technically, right at the time.
Yeah,
and
later on, yeah.
And Batgirl was maybe 20.
I mean, even in that
Yeah, I
movie,
mean,
There's so many
Bruce Wayne
things
is like
wrong with
60
this.
years old on
Yeah.
steroids and Viagra. You know what I mean?
like
It's
even in
ridiculous.
that movie, The Killing Joke, I know Joker rapes her too.
In the movie or in the comic?
Well,
I don't remember it happening.
I think that was in the
It,
movie.
it was in the movie.
I-
Like they didn't show like
The only accurate thing with that was when he shot her.
Right.
And she went through the
He-
table.
what I know is from watching it. Like obviously the movie was like, even though it was an anime movie, it was like rated R and everything because it was pretty explicit. But
Yeah.
like you're talking about the sex scenes, like they didn't show any like complete explicit nudity and stuff. Like you just saw them in bras and underwears and whatever. But like, and then you saw a lot of blood and a little bit of foul language. But besides that, like I remember when Joker did come in and he shot her.
Yeah.
He actually ended up raping her because he took a bunch of pictures of her with absolutely no clothing on at all, and like different positions.
You know what? I think that was kind of in the comic book actually, but they didn't really expose it that way until the show, that movie came out.
Bro, that's
actually.
some heavy topics.
It really is. Yeah, that was
because he sent it to Commissioner Gordon. It was like, look at this.
Oh.
yeah.
It's like, look what I did to your daughter.
Joker,
Like,
if you really think about it, is one of the most disturbing villains in comic book, and probably one of the most iconic ones.
And he has no superpowers.
No.
He's just
psychotic.
a psychotic nut job.
And he's really smart. Like, nobody wants to talk about how smart the Joker calculated really, really is. That's why I like how Heath Ledger did his role in the trilogy. He burnt the money.
Yeah.
You know, it was just simple, basic stuff. Then he just literally used everybody's mental and just kind of twisted it on at
The only thing I saw online once where somebody was complaining, like, how is the Joker's henchmen, who are almost equally as mentally unstable as he is, how are they so reliable? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they all just, like, always follow through with the plan.
Yeah, that's
And
actually
It's
really
so funny.
good.
How do you count on people like that? Like, they're all mentally
Unless
ill,
that
kinda
was like the
inmates.
one person they were able to just follow and worship. That's where Phoenix's Joker storyline comes in really, really cool. Because at the end, like, he was their role model. Remember when he was dancing on the car, he took his bloody lips and
Yeah.
made his own smiley face?
You know,
And
the
he was
sequel
like
got
the
announced for that.
Batman of the
Yeah.
streets as well, you know?
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is going to get a Harley Quinn.
Yep, and it's
And
gonna
it's
be Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
bro.
I hate her, but she's whacked out where she could play that role really good.
She
probably could.
I just hope they don't go through the musical route that they're saying they wanted to do, because that would pit.
Can you imagine? It's
just
going to be like A Star Is Born with the Joker.
Oh, no.
You know what though? I feel like she could play that role
Yeah.
in that universe because I'm sorry, but I always gotta back her up. My girl Margaret Robbie, she will forever be the best Harley Quinn out there.
Margot Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, I
She's
agree.
like
she's gorgeous,
she's like
and she does the
absolutely.
voice so well.
she's like the Harley Quinn. Like, but then in this series, I feel like Lady Gaga could do something pretty well with it. But like he's saying, if it becomes a whole musical,
It'll be
it's gonna
terrible.
be like-
Maybe like here and there for like a comedic relief almost, because they're whack jobs. And then in animated series, you see like Joker and Harley Quinn kind of dancing with the random music in the background. So I'll take something like that. That would be kind of cool. But if it's going to be like a Beauty and the Beast type style thing, you know, in Gotham City, I'm going to lose my mind. There's no way.
Because that
West Side Story,
yeah.
all of a sudden.
All of a sudden,
it's like
yeah.
Batman's dancing, and they're like, they're like
They're
fighting,
snapping
but
their
they're singing.
fingers, coming over like grease or something.
Yeah.
Throwing the knives.
Bump.
That just reminds me because
Oh, that'd be